Hello everyone, welcome to my final project digital lesson website walkthrough. We're going to go through the main components of the lesson. Here is a visual. If you click on the visual, it will take you to Desmos online calculator where you would see animation. So the project is on linear approximation. A little about me here on this page, and then here we have this link here, which is hyperlink. You click on it and it will take you to Desmos online calculator. Also clicking on the initial image. So that link will bring you to the graphical animation of linear approximation. And a bit about the project. This is mainly to equip students to construct their own understanding and knowledge of the mathematics involved in linear approximation. So a little background as to how the project evolved to this point. In here we have learning objectives. If you click on this, it will take you to the full version of the objectives. And then the next subheading there is the big ideas. Click that link and it will also take you to the big ideas. And there is another applet here in GeoGebra for modeling linear approximation. Once we click on it, you will see this applet here, and you can play around with it by moving this purple dot left and right and see the change in y and dy or delta y also vary in heights as we measure the approximations. Back to our side, the next thing on here is learning objectives covered. Then we have the relevant prior knowledge that students should have. So that link also brings you to the relevant prior knowledge students will have. Okay, that said, we move on to the next component in the lesson, and I clicked out of it. Come on. All right, so we'll continue. Accidentally clicked out of the site, but we're back on it again. So down this way, we'll see. So I have a PowerPoint of the lesson here, linear approximation, and this link will take you to the PowerPoint on Google Slides. So let's check out the Google Slides link. Hopefully it loads up quickly for us. There we go. So you can peruse through this presentation, which is on the linear approximation. Then we're out of here. Next one is, let's go down, and we have the formative assessment with the content embedded with quizzes. So this link here will take you to the Visio recorded quiz where students can watch the video, and intermittently they would be given quizzes and polls and open-ended questions to answer in order to complete the quiz. Hello everyone, welcome to this short tutorial on linear approximation to the graph of function f of x equals x cubed minus x at a point 1, 0. Then we'll very Alright, so at this point, students would solve this problem and then decide which one of the options is appropriate. So if we continue, there are more questions here at each point. So as we get close to it, and here's another pause for that pose question to answer before students can move on. All right. And so from there, we have a nice component, which is the summative assessments with immediate feedback, where students get their feedback as they play the quizzes game. And here is a link to the quizzes game. If there is any difficulty loading, I've given some guidelines here. Step-by-step click away to the quiz and then obtain the game code in order to get a game. And this is my digital lesson written statement, which in my Google Drive will be available in Google. So once you click on it, it should show as the second component of this final project, which is the written statement component of the final project. And that is loading now in Google Docs. There we are. So that link will bring you to the written statement, which gives more details. The intention is to keep everything in the project in one place, so that links that are clickable are here for any users to be able to use the resource for instruction in any way they choose. So this goes through that component of the final project, the written statement. It's a very dense document, so take some time and walk through it and enjoy every bit of it. And then we have our reference list here, which brings us to the conclusion of the walkthrough. And here's my email if you have any questions, suggestions, recommendations, or any kind of support. I would gladly accept them and use them to modify my practice for improvement. Thank you for watching. What's going on?